Hey guys, tonight I'm going to be making something that Eric from Texas sent us. This is the H-E-B Texas Sheet Cake. And it is chocolate with frosting mix. And not that it matters about calories, but I'll tell you what it is. One piece, or 1/24th of the cake, is 170 calories per pair. So that's not horrible for a cake. This is the ingredients you need for everything. I only got out the stuff for the cake, but I'll tell you for everything. You need one large egg. You need 2/3 of a cup of water, but they're divided up into 1/3 and 1/3. 1 stick of unsalted butter. You need the cocoa packets in here, the mix packs in here, and you need 1/4 of a cup of sour cream. Gonna measure down. And then for the frosting, you're going to use 5 tablespoons of salted butter, 5 tablespoons of water, the frosting mix, and the sugar packets. So that's what you're going to need for that. So my first directions are, and I've got to follow the directions because they're kind of, it's kind of confusing the way they lay it out. So I'm just to be honest with you, there's a little, I've had to redo it 3 times. So the first thing I want to do is mix together my eggs and my 1/3 of the water, or 1/3 of the cup of water, into a bowl. I'm going to put my egg in there. I'll put up 1/3 of the water, 1/3 of a cup of water in there. I'm just going to mix it up. I also have my oven on 350, and I've greased a 9x13 baking sheet. So you just want to mix that up. I'm just going to lay my fork right there, and you're going to set this aside. Next thing I want to do is I want to get a saucepan, something that's going to hold, you can get a small one like this, 1/3 of a cup of, it's going to melt butter and 1/3 of a cup of water. That's what it's got to handle. It basically says to cook the butter. It says melted and in a small saucepan until it's golden brown. Being careful it does not burn. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead, while that's heating up, I'm going to open my box up. Okay, I've got a frosting cocoa, so that's going to go to the side. I have cake cocoa mix, which is what I'm mixing with that. I have sugar packet, which goes with the frosting. It feels like powdered sugar. And then we have our mix packet, which goes with the actual cake itself. So basically, I'm just going to let this butter melt and get brown, and then I'll be back. Okay, my butter is that. I've never done this before. That looks golden brown to me, so I don't know. So anyway, you add your 1/3 cup of water, and then you add your cocoa mix, the cake cocoa mix. I don't know where they gave you that huge packet because it was really literally only half. Okay, so it's smooth, and it says basically you put it back on the heat and bring to a boil. And then once it comes to a boil, you basically take it off the heat again and let it set. Alright, that looks like it's boiling to me. So I'm literally going to let that sit. I guess it has to cool off a little bit, but you let it sit there for a little bit. It's really thick chocolate sauce. It's almost like you've melted chocolate chips in it. Okay, so now we go to the next part. We're just going to let that sit. So now we come back over to our eggs, and we're going to add the contents of the mix packet to the egg mixture in the bowl. So that's this cake mix packet. And I've got a fork. I guess that'll be okay. Actually, I may end up getting a whisk for this too, because it does say whisk it together. Let me see. I've got a little small metal whisk, I thought. This is the only one I can find on quick notice. So I'm just going to kind of stir this in. And now we're going to add the chocolate mix in there. And this is pretty liquidy, so this should thin that out quite a bit. Okay, now, after you're tired, you add your sour cream. I probably could have done that with a mixer, but it didn't say to do it with a mixer, and you know, you can whisk stuff pretty easily. I'm gonna get Tammy to hand me the pan. And it just says, put it in a pan. It says spoon it in, but I don't think I need to spoon it in. So just make sure it goes into all the corners. And you're gonna put this in the oven now for 15 to 20 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. So I'm gonna get this oven, I'll be back. Okay, for the frosting, what we're gonna do is we got 5 tablespoons of butter, and we're basically gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put it in a saucepan and melt it. And then once that's melted and golden brown, whatever that means, we're gonna add the 1/3 cup of water and, not 1/3 cup, 5 tablespoons of water and the cocoa mix. Whisk it up, bring it to a boil. Once it's boiled, we're gonna pull it off the heat and then add the frosting powder. So that's what we're kind of waiting to do. One thing I noticed is the barcode, it's shaped like Texas. So I'm basically gonna let this melt and get brown, I guess, and I'll be back. All right, so it's browned butter. You can see the brown now. So we're gonna pour the water in now. And then I'm gonna take this cocoa packet. I'm gonna stir it in, or whisk it in. And then you put it on again and let it boil, which it didn't take long. And once it boils, I'm gonna take it off the heat and I'm gonna whisk in the contents of the sugar packet, which again, like I said, it looks like brown powdered sugar, so. I try to do this with one hand. If you want to, Tammy, while I'm doing this, Tammy can show you what the cake looks like out of the oven. Can you see it? You can go over my head. There we go. Turned out pretty good. So I'm going to continue to whisk this up and I'll be back. Okay, here's the stuff, and the cake is still warm, and it says to put it over a warm cake. And it's kind of thick, but I'm going to pour it, and if I need to spread it a little bit, I'll use the whisk to kind of spread it around a little bit. And it has these little chunky pieces in there, and that's okay because in the box picture, it has chunky bits in it too. So you can see the little bump, the dots and stuff like that. So yeah, this is about as done as it's gonna get. So it says to go ahead and cut it into 24 pieces and serve. So we're gonna cut it up right now.
Here's the Texas sheet cake cut. Mine's a little messy, but that's okay.
Huh. Those pecans or something?
Wow.
That's some kind of nuts in there.
Wow. I love the flavor of that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that flavor that you're getting out of there is where you had to brown that butter twice.
Could be.
I really do.
I think these are nuts. These are pecans.
Mm-hmm. No, but the different flavor.
Oh, yeah. It's not an overly sweet cake either. Really.
That is so good. Wow.
I don't think it's super sweet. I mean, it's sweet, but it's not like syrupy sweet.
That's so good.
That is good. I like the I'm assuming they're pecans. They could be walnuts.
But there's a different flavor in there. Besides the chocolate, besides the nuts, and I'm almost positive it's where you had to brown that butter twice. I think I smelled it while he was cooking it, and then you can really taste it in that cake. That is absolutely delicious. So that helped a lot.
Where's my cake?
And I guess you liked it too.
Where's my cake?
I think you ate it.
It was good. Really good.
Patrick. So, Eric, thank you very, very much for sending this to us. I've never had a Texas sheet cake before, ever.
It's really good. There's a lot of steps to it, but the outcome's really good.
Yeah, it's delicious. So, thank you very much, and I hope everyone else enjoyed this. So, thanks for watching.